Hi friends, Caitlin here with Tunisian Stitch Crochet, and today I'll be walking you through a tutorial for the Tunisian Simple Stitch. This stitch is the foundation of Tunisian Crochet. It's the most basic stitch, most simple, and I'm so excited to maybe introduce you to something new today. For this swatch, you can use any size yarn and corresponding hook, and the best part is that you can use a traditional crochet hook. You don't want to use something ergonomic like this light green hook. You want something slim and straight like this dark green hook. If you do have Tunisian specific crochet hooks, you can use that. They're just not required for this swatch because we're just doing a small little sample here for practice. Usually Tunisian hooks come with this cable that you can attach at the bottom, and this is just a way of lengthening your hook, because in Tunisian crochet you actually hold all of your stitches on your hook at once. But again, for this tutorial we're just doing a small swatch, so a cable is not required. So again, I'm using worsted weight yarn and a 6mm crochet hook. You usually want to size up from the hook size that you would usually use with standard crochet. Okay, so we're ready to begin, and just like normal crochet, we're going to start off with a slip knot. Insert your hook, and we're going to be starting with a foundation chain. So to make a chain, you'll yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. Yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. Continue doing so until you have just a small swatch. I think I'm going to make 15 chains. I would do 15 or less. If you do any more than 15, they might start to slide off the end of your hook. So somewhere between 10 and 15 chains. Now we are going to be working into the back bumps of our chains. This is going to give the cleanest look at the bottom of our swatch. And we're going to be starting in the second chain from the hook. Oh, one second. Let me zoom in so you can see this a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to be skipping the first chain, working into the back bumps of the second chain. So insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Pull through one. Now find the next chain, insert into the back bump, yarn over and pull up a loop. Again, insert into the next chain, yarn over and pull up a loop. You're going to continue doing this all the way across your work until you've worked through all 15 chains. And these loops will be staying on your hook the whole way across. So I'm going to continue on here. Insert, yarn over and pull through. Insert, yarn over and pull through. All the way to the end. Okay, I've worked through all 15 chains, and now I should have 15 loops on my hook. No matter how many chains you started with, you should have that many loops on your hook currently. So now we'll be doing the return pass of Tunisian crochet. There's always a forward pass that goes one direction, and then the return pass goes back to the beginning. So we've done the forward pass, now we need to do the return pass. And this will start with a chain one, so just yarn over and pull through the first loop on your hook. That counts as a chain one. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, and continue doing that until you have only 1 loop left. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Keep doing so until you're left with just 1 loop. and that is a return pass. So let's pause and take a look at our work for a second. You'll notice these vertical bars here, those are your stitches. That's what's called a Tunisian Simple Stitch. And these vertical bars are what we're going to be working into for the next row. So this first vertical bar here, we're going to actually skip because the loop on your hook counts as the first stitch. So we'll skip the vertical bar on the very end here and skip that one. We're going to insert into the second vertical bar instead. This one right here. So we will insert, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Find the next vertical bar, insert, yarn over, and pull up a loop. The next one, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop. And we'll continue this all the way down until we get to the end. And then there'll be something slightly different on the very last stitch. But continue inserting into each vertical bar, yarn over, and pull up a loop until we get to the very end. So there's one more regular one right here, and this is the one at the end. So we're going to do something different at the end. This one is normal. Now we do something called the last Tunisian stitch. If you turn your work slightly to the side, you'll notice there's a little V with 2 bars. On this last stitch, what we need to do is insert our hook through both of those bars. This is going to create a clean edge on the side. And then same as normal, we'll yarn over and pull up a loop. Again, you should have 15 loops on your hook, or the same number as your starting chain. 15. Starting the return pass, we'll yarn over and pull through 1. This will act as a chain 1. Now yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2 for the remainder of the return pass. Yarn over, pull through 2 until you only have 1 loop left on your hook. Okay, let's take another look at our work. You'll notice that the row we just did is pretty loose, whereas the first row looks nice and tight and clean. The last row that you worked will always be loose like this until you work the next row, and then that row will tighten up for you. So that is normal. You're not doing anything wrong here. I'll walk you through another row. It's the same as the one we just did. So we're going to skip that first vertical bar. The loop on our hook counts as our first stitch. Insert through the second vertical bar, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert, yarn over, pull up a loop. This is the same as the row that we just did, and we'll continue repeating these instructions for as tall as you would like your swatch to be. So we'll continue working our forward pass up until the very end here. And remember, now we have the last Tunisian stitch with the 2 vertical bars on the end. Make sure you grab both of those. Yarn over and pull through. Now we have our, and so pausing here, now you'll understand why sometimes you might need a cable. If you're working anything larger than a swatch like this, your stitches might start to fall off the end. So the cable just gives you extra length to hold your stitches. Now you can scrunch up your loops as you go. It's not going to interfere with your work, but eventually they would fall off. So when you're working a real project, you will want a Tunisian hook with cables. Okay, working the return pass now. We'll start with a chain 1. And now we continue with our yarn over and pull through 2 for the remainder of the return pass. Okay, finishing up this row, and now you see that the last row you just did is loose and the one before it has tightened up. Continue repeating these row instructions until you are happy with the length of your swatch or until you're confident in your Tunisian Simple Stitch abilities. I'll meet you back when you have several more rows finished or whenever you feel done. Here's a good view of the front of your swatch and the back of your swatch. Two very distinct textures. So now I'm going to show you how to finish off your swatch. This is also known as binding off. This will help that last row close up and look just as clean as all of the other rows. Okay, so we're skipping the first bar again and inserting into the second bar. Yarn over, but this time you're going to pull through both loops on your hook. Insert into the next bar, yarn over, and pull through both loops on your hook. This is called a slip stitch bind off. Now you want to try to keep these stitches loose because this can easily bunch the top of your work if you pull it too tight. So just keep it nice and easy and continue repeating this all the way across. Insert, yarn over, pull through both loops. Insert, yarn over, pull through both loops. We'll continue working this all the way to the end. And we'll even do it in the last Tunisian stitch, still working through both of those vertical bars. And that gives you a nice clean edging on the top of your work. Now you can just fasten off just like we do in normal crochet. So I usually chain one, give myself a little bit of length and snip it. And then you can weave in your ends or not. I usually don't. But that is the Tunisian Simple Stitch. I hope you enjoyed this quick little introduction to Tunisian crochet. Learning Tunisian crochet has really opened up a whole new world of possibilities for me with crochet. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a comment if you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a great day.